Everyone, so the Hunting Party season 2 episode 12 doesn't just deliver a twist, it unloads a whole chain of them and somehow still keeps everything gripping from start to finish. If you thought this show usually saved its biggest shock for the end, this episode flips that expectation and keeps you guessing the entire way through. At the center of it all is Jamie Chung as Nancy Albright, and she absolutely owns the role. Nancy starts off as seductive, confident, and in control, someone who knows exactly how to lure people in, but that quickly turns disturbing. What initially feels like dangerous flirtation turns into something far darker when it becomes clear she's not just manipulating her victims, she's getting a thrill from killing them. And not just a casual thrill, but something addictive. That's really the core idea this episode explores, addiction taken to its most extreme and horrifying form. Nancy isn't just hooked on substances, she's addicted to the act of murder itself. And even when the pit steps in with experimental treatment, it doesn't actually cure her, it just removes the high, the craving, and that only get worse. And that's where the episode gets really interesting. Instead of stopping, Nancy evolves. After escaping, she reinvents herself as any sponsor, someone people trust, someone vulnerable individuals turn to for help. It's a chilling shift. She is no longer relying on seduction and physical dominance. Instead, she uses emotional manipulation, gaining access to victims who are already struggling. It's a smarter, quieter, and in many ways far more dangerous. The procedural side of the episode shines here too. Every time the team thinks they have figured Nancy out, the rules changes. The investigation keeps adapting, and that unpredictability makes this one of the most engaging cases the show has done. Then comes the twist that pushes things into truly unsettling territory. Unable to feel the high herself, Nancy finds a workaround. She gets her victims high and then siphons their blood to experience it secondhand. It's bizarre, creepy, and honestly one of the most disturbing concepts the show has tackled. The whole vampire angle could have felt ridiculous, but instead it adds a layer of horror that actually works. At the same time, the episode doesn't lose sight of its character. Shane, in particular, is deeply affected by the case. Watching Nancy force him to question whether people like her can ever truly be helped, especially given his complicated feelings about Lazarus. There's a real emotional weight there as he struggles between logic and hope, between what he knows and what he wants to believe. The dynamic within the team continues to be a highlight, whether it's Beck stepping in at the right moment or the group supporting each other through difficult realization. Those small interactions give the show heart and keep it from becoming just another dark procedural. And just when it happens, feels like things are wrapping up, the episode drops one major reveal. There are more graduates from the pit. That changes everything. What seemed like a contained threat is suddenly much bigger, setting up what could be a huge and chaotic finale. By the end, you are left with the rare mix of shock and excitement. The case was intense, the villain was unforgettable, and the larger story just got a lot more dangerous. If this is how the show is building towards its finale, it's doing it with confidence and a willingness to go to some very dark places. Thank you for watching. Bye.